Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And today we're going to be breaking down Taylor's song Run. But before we get to that, we got mail.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody sent us a gift, and we actually all do work together. We work for a morning show called the Kid Craddock Morning Show. And Megan found our mailing address.
I love that already. Love that.
Megan wrote us a note, and she said, "Hello to the 13 podcast. My friends at Farmhouse and Freshies make these customizable car air fresheners, and I had to order you guys some fitting each of your personalities and interests. I love listening to the podcast. It's a highlight of my week. Thanks for what you do. Hope you enjoy. Megan Lawrence." So, the first one is for me. It's a mahogany and teakwood. Is the scent.
Okay.
I haven't opened the scent yet. I'm sure it smells great, but it has the 1989 album cover on it.
Wait, let me see.
It's a little, and it's got a little thing you can hang it up, I believe, on your mirror.
Yes.
And that's mahogany and teakwood.
That is so cute.
And Lacey's is called Leather and Lace.
Oh.
And it's black and white, and it's got like glitter on it, and it says, "If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing."
Yes! Thank you!
Oh,
my gosh!
Wow. That is fitting.
Perfect.
That is
Perfect.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Thank you. That's so sweet. I love it.
The next one is for Amy. The scent is cinnamon caramel swirl.
Ooh.
That smells.
Yes,
That's gonna be good.
That is you.
And it has a graphic of some mountains, like you're going on a hike.
Yes.
Nice.
And it's got a line from Long Story Short. It says, "Climbed right back up the cliff. Long story short, I survived."
It's perfect.
Aww.
Oh, and it's so pretty too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And then
thank you.
Last but not least, Anna's is lavender lemonade.
Ooh.
And it is purple, and it has the Speak Now album cover.
Yes!
Manifest, manifest, manifest. Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
So thank you, Megan Lawrence. This is so nice.
Megan, that was so sweet. And you correctly identified all of us.
Honestly.
Right on.
Nailed it.
Wow.
I love it.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you
mine
so
smells great.
much.
Oh yeah, I can open it and smell
Mine
it.
smells delicious.
Thank you so much, Megan. This is so sweet and so thoughtful, and I'm so excited.
Oh, it smells so good.
Oh, look at that.
This, if Speak Now had a scent, it would be this.
We're going to have to pass those around later.
And I'm so excited because I'm getting a new car like this week. So this is perfect.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
That
you,
just
Megan.
made my day. That is so incredibly sweet. Thank you.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Okay, so should we start breaking down Run?
Yes.
This is the 28th track on Red Taylor's version. We're getting dangerously close to the end of this album,
Yes.
guys.
So, is this where we announce the spoiler that maybe we're not a plant of Taylor Swift's after all? Because we're going to be treading here
Yeah,
in a minute
yeah.
if
You know
nothing
what?
happens.
We're getting close, but we still have a little bit.
A little bit. We
Uh-huh.
would
A
we would
little
like
bit.
we like to plan out
Yeah.
our podcast in advance, and luckily Red Taylor's version has given us about a year's worth of content. And so it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do now?
And it's so funny because at first when we got Red Taylor's version and we saw it had 30 tracks, we were a little stressed because we were like, we're not going to be able to get through it before the next re-record comes out. And now here we are like,
Well, it's just tough because we would only break down albums that she owns.
right.
Which means we have Folklore and Evermore.
Mhm.
But then we don't want to get started on that.
Mm-hmm.
And
if we're like,
another
Yeah.
release is going to come
Mhm.
out because then we're
Yeah.
going to want to get to the release. So I guess we're just going to give ourselves a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll have to
do
dance
some
around.
stuff in the meantime
Mhm,
before
mhm.
we commit to something.
We'll have
yeah,
to
we
see
won't
what
go
happens.
away.
No,
We'll still
no.
be doing stuff.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just won't be breaking down a song every week.
Yeah, rankings, topics, tattoos, maybe like.
I have a feeling some Swifties are going to have some outlandish theories that we can talk
Theories,
about on
Swifties.
Swifties.
Yeah, if there's anything we can do, it's definitely continue to talk.
Yes, about Taylor.
But I'm glad that you said about, because in Folklore and Evermore, I personally want to do those back to back.
Yeah.
Why-
You know,
yeah.
and so And it would be just our luck that we're like breaking down Cardigan, and then that's exactly when we get the announcement.
I
Like
know.
we're at the beginning of the albums.
Yeah, and then it's like, do we have to wait
I
3
know.
months
Yeah.
until we're done breaking everything down?
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because you never know. We could get an announcement next week. You know,
Good.
We
Who
say
knows?
that every
We
week.
but we don't. And you know what? 1 week we will be right.
Yes.
Eventually, we will be right.
Run, Taylor's version from the vault. It was written by Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran.
Woo!
And here's a little bit of Ed Sheeran talking about this song on a UK breakfast show. That's what they call morning shows, morning radio shows, a breakfast show over in the UK.
You've been re-recording Taylor Swift's version of Everything Has Changed. Now,
There's also a brand new, well, it's not brand new, it's the first song we wrote, but that's on there as well called Run.
Yeah.
And I remember when we wrote Run, and then we wrote Everything Has Changed maybe like a week later. And I remember always thinking, well, Run's the one that's going to make the album. Run was always like my favorite one, but Everything Has Changed has ended up sounding better because I think we produced them differently or whatever. So Everything Has Changed had made the album. So Run has just been there for years and years and years. And I've never really wanted to nudge Taylor about it because it's, you know, it's her song and her thing. But I've always been secretly hoping that one day she'd be like, hey, this one was cool. And so, yeah, we recorded that and it's great. It's really great. And I'm so happy it's seeing the light of day.
How cool.
And we talked about this during Everything Has Changed, but they wrote this together on her trampoline.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
neat? That's pretty cool.
I think that's so adorable that they get together and geek out like little children and still come up with these beautiful, amazing songs.
Yeah, I do love, and they even like fit the vibe. Like I feel like this song Run and even Everything Has Changed. Like I feel like I need to be outside in my backyard listening to it. I don't know why. It just kind of fits the vibe.
So we have 4 songs from Taylor and Ed. We've got Run, Everything Has Changed, Endgame, and Joker and the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
What else are they sitting on?
I know.
Because all
You
these
know
songs
there
are
is.
wonderful. What
I
else?
know.
And I'd love to know, surely there's several songs, at least one, where they got like halfway through the song and they're like, meh, trash it. Like what is that?
Yeah.
What has been left on the cutting room floor of their writing sessions? Write it down.
Okay,
That's a
let me
good
add-
question
let
to
me
put
add
on
that.
our list
How
when
do
we
I
ask her.
phrase that? Which songs with Ed Sheeran never came to be?
Yeah, there you go.
Have you ever fantasized about just running away?
Yeah, man, I cannot run a good mile. So it's like, I'm not going to get far. I'm not going to get far. It'll be like around the street.
I really had to think about this during my divorce. If I just wanted to pick up and move somewhere because I was so tempted. I was tied here because of my ex, because of his job. And once I realized I never intended on staying here whenever I moved here. I moved here to go to college. And I just thought this was going to be a place that I stopped through. And then years later, forever later, I'm still here. And it's like, well, now I don't have to be here anymore. And I really thought now's my time to pick up and move. I'll just move somewhere else. And then the only reason I didn't is because my little sister. I have a 13-year-old sister here, and I couldn't imagine leaving her. So now I just put all the pressure on her, and I'm like, okay, hurry up and graduate high school, and let's move to Europe because now I'm here for you. Now you're going to be here for me, and we'll go have a midlife crisis later.
And
so
how
I
old-
just want to move.
How old is she again?
13.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, I thought she was going to say the only reason I didn't move was this podcast.
Well, I mean, that definitely factors into it too,
Sure.
but I would love to pick up and move.
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
could go on a Eat, Pray, Love journey.
Yeah.
You could go do something.
Absolutely. Find
You
your own
go take a
London
month.
boy.
Yeah.
My high school boyfriend's mom would encourage us regularly to just go live off love. She would use that phrase all the time. Just
With
live
you
off love.
and your boyfriend?
Yeah, just get out of here. Go live off love. I'm like, no, we need to
It's live, laugh,
Yeah,
love.
it's live, laugh.
no, live off love.
Live, laugh, love.
No, no.
You know what? Sorry to distract. Kevin Hart always posts on Instagram # love, laugh, live. And it's like, no,
Does he do that on purpose?
I don't know. That's not the right the
Live,
right way.
Laugh.
You do know that
Love.
I mean what I'm saying, right?
Yes. Live off love. Yeah. We get
Live
it.
off love.
We get it.
Okay.
I don't.
So that relationship didn't last, I guess. Y'all
No,
didn't live
it
off
didn't.
love.
We sure did.
Because you were supposed to be live, laugh, loving.
Exactly. We got it wrong.
Did you guys ever talk about it? Like, what would we do? What would you do to live off love?
No friendships with the exes.
No.
No laughing.
Mm-mm.
One of my favorite TikTok sounds is, I think I haven't seen the original video, but it's just the sound that's like, how am I supposed to live, laugh, love in these conditions? With like a small little like cry, like break.
You know, researching Taylor Swift all the time, we're constantly finding out new things about songs that we think we know, but we're finding out brand new details that we never knew before. And so we thought, wouldn't it be great to partner with a company that also does this? So we have partnered with a company called Storyworth, and you can find out stories that you've never heard before from your loved ones.
Storyworth is an online service that helps you and your dad or a father figure connect through sharing stories and memories and preserves them for years to come. So what Storyworth does, it emails the person that you want to know about, so your dad, your mom, your grandma, something, and ask them a thought-provoking question of your choice from a vast pool of possible options. So each question prompts answers you've never heard before, like what's your fondest childhood memories, or have you ever feared for your life? And it's the perfect time to partner with Storyworth right now because we're coming to the end of a lot of things. I know Amy's daughter just graduated high school, or maybe you want to give this as a gift for Father's Day because we have Father's Day coming up.
And then after a year, Storyworth compiles all of those questions and stories, including photos, into a really cool, beautiful keepsake book that the whole family can share for generations.
It's so cool. So you can give all of the fathers or father figures in your life a meaningful gift that you can both cherish for the years to come with Storyworth. Right now, for a limited time, you can save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/Taylor Swift fan.
That's STORYWORTH.com/Taylor Swift fan to save $10 on your first purchase. Storyworth.com/Taylor Swift fan.
But yeah, that's what they're talking about in this song.
Yeah.
Getting away, run from it all.
Yeah.
Darling, let's run.
It's so interesting because this song, so it's one of the vault tracks. And as you guys know, I have the physical CDs in my car. And this disc 2 is just all of the bonus and vault songs. And I would just kind of listen to, that CD like over and over again. But I'll be honest, like first couple times through, this one just wasn't at the top of my favorites list.
Sure.
And I think I would like spend more time listening to All Too Well or I Bet You Think About Me or Forever Winter. Like those were like my top songs. And I think there was one day where I was just like, I think I need to give a little bit of love to Run. And I like knew all the words without knowing when I put the time in to know the words. And yet they just came out of my mouth. Like, how did that even happen?
Because you listened to her on repeat nonstop. That's how it happened.
This is true. But
because
it happened like subconsciously, like
Yeah.
without even knowing.
I do have an important question. Do you know if your new car has a CD player?
You know what? I've actually thought about that. That is a great question. I don't know the answer to.
Oh, we'll find out.
I know. It's an important thing to me because I have I have a lot of CDs. And it's so funny. So not too long ago, a few weeks ago, I went on a bachelorette party trip where we drove. It was like a 6-hour drive and I was driving. And my car, the one that I had before, my new car, was an older car. Like I didn't have Bluetooth or anything like that. I had an aux cord. And so we would connect our phone to the Spotify to listen to music, but we were kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And like driving back, like we were like, oh my God, we're going to lose service. And I was like, don't worry. If we lose service, I have 6 Taylor Swift CDs in my car and it'll get us home. Like we won't run out of things to listen to. We've got Folklore, we've got Evermore, we've got Red Taylor's version, I got Fearless Taylor's version. They're all in there. And if we do run out, I got the Jonas Brothers in there too. So it's okay. And I think all the girls in the car were like, well, hopefully we don't run out of situation.
She's crazy. We're letting her drive?
Yeah, I'm behind the wheel like, don't worry, everybody.
And it's so nerve-wracking being the driver, too. I always feel like I'm being judged. As I said that, I remembered that Amy almost killed me one time in her car.
This is not true. Perspective.
Yeah. But I'm so nervous being the driver.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I went on a road trip not too long ago with my wife, and I realized I'm not a good passenger. I don't do well sitting in the passenger seat.
Were you in the passenger seat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if my wife was driving, I'm the one that's nervous. Like, do
you make noises like that? Because my fiance doesn't address crazy.
Oh gosh. Ooh,
and he'll hold the hand.
Yeah, brace for
Or
death.
it's like, speed up, slow down. There's a car there.
What did you guys listen to on your road trip?
Podcasts.
Not this one?
Well, I live this one. I don't need to listen to this one.
Why not?
Do you listen to yourself?
Don't we all?
Do you guys listen to yourselves? Lacey edits it. She
yeah,
has
Lacey
to.
edits it.
I'm sorry, no, I don't.
Yeah, I
I don't like listening to myself.
Yeah, we're living it. We're live off loving it right now.
We're live, laugh, loving.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love,
Oh my
run.
goodness.
So Anna, as a listener, who's your favorite on the podcast?
Yeah.
Not to hurt anybody's feelings, but myself.
Oh,
Me
wow.
too. Like you. You're my favorite.
Okay, so you guys know how there's certain themes or ideas that Taylor Swift loves to touch back on in certain songs. Like she loves to sing about 2 a.m. She loves to sing about rain. She loves to sing about the color blue. We've talked about this before. Tuesdays. You know, there's certain elements that Taylor just likes to always mention in her song. And I didn't really realize until this song that she loves to sing about necklaces a lot.
Yeah.
So in this song, she has the lyric, "There's a chain on your throat, piece of paper where I wrote, I'll wait for you." And so I have here a list of other times that Taylor Swift has sung about necklaces.
Oh, lovely.
In You Are in Love, she says, the light reflects a chain on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
In Call It What You Want, I want to wear his initial on a chain around my neck.
Chain around my neck.
It sounded like a, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the Woods, your necklace hanging from my neck. 2 paper airplanes flying. And then somebody on Twitter pointed out the 2 paper airplanes flying on the necklace that's hanging on from her neck and Out of the Woods. Is the paper airplane the piece of paper where she wrote, "I'll wait for you"? Does that connect back to this song?
Wow.
Granted, the only connection is just the fact that it's a piece of paper, but in a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a crumpled up piece of paper?
No, paper airplane.
Okay.
Taylor Swift does wear a J Tiffany necklace for Joe.
That is
the necklace that
precious.
has a J.
Mm-hmm. Not because he owns her, because he really knows her.
Mm-hmm.
I do have this Run locket. It was gifted to me whenever.
cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Wait, a Run locket?
Yeah,
Like
on
the song?
her-
Yeah.
from her merchandise.
Merch drop.
I have it too.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's very cute.
I don't know why I assumed you got it years ago, and I was like, how?
No, it's Taylor's version.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And also she sings, "Give me the keys, I'll bring the car back around. We shouldn't be in this town." Similar to talking about wanting to run away again in Wildest Dreams. He said, "Let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds."
Mm-hmm.
And also Getaway Car.
But nothing good starts in a getaway car.
Did you guys see that TikTok where somebody pointed out, everybody's wondering what the getaway car looks like? Like, what kind of car is the getaway car? And there's all these pictures of Taylor driving a white Toyota.
With her mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Like,
seen
the
that.
getaway car is actually just a white Toyota.
Someone said, "Run, I Know Places, and Getaway Car are the holy trinity of running away to escape people who are trying to chase them."
Oh, wow,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And someone else pointed out, the note from the locket you keep in your pocket circles back to sad, beautiful, tragic.
Oh, okay, yeah. So on the list of Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran collabs, we only have 4, but where does this fall on y'all's list? More towards the top half, bottom half.
I'm going to say it comes in at number 3 for me. I'm going to say Everything Has Changed is number 1, In Game is number 2, Run, and the last one is Joker and the Queen.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say 3?
You just took that answer from me.
Oh, is that what you were going to say?
that's where I'd rank it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say mine kind of switches. I think 2 and 3
Mm-hmm.
switch. Between, it just depends on the mood.
So, Lacey, what do you think?
Everything Has Changed would be number 1. I think Run would be number 2.
What's
Joker
last?
and the Queen is last.
So we
Okay,
all have
so I'm
Everything
doing
Has
Joker.
Changed at 1.
At 1.
We all have Joker and the Queen at 4.
Yeah. And then it just kind of, the middle just interchanges.
Flip-flop.
Because Everything Has Changed and Run are so similar.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
And I feel like if they would have been swapped, like if Run was on the original album,
That would
that
be
be
our
number 1.
Yeah.
might
I
feel
think it's just
differently.
Everything Has Changed. We've just known that song for years. So it kind of just has that, place in your heart, at least for me.
Well, that does it for the recap of Run, but let's get to some emails.
Awesome.
Shall we?
Yes.
This is from Adeline. She's from Kentucky, and she says, "I love the podcast, and just like Nick, I was a 1989 stan that questioned myself at Lover." Anyways, if you had never heard this podcast before, that would sound so weird. So I questioned myself at Lover. Anyways, she's bragging about herself. Adeline is. She said, "My family recently got me a new guitar. I'm an amateur player, and I was very excited. Well, it gets better. my new guitar had an Evermore Folklore pick protector. That's like the part underneath the strings that's like a different color on the guitar. It looks like a comma. Anyways, it's part of the guitar. And it is signed by Blondie herself.
Stop.
Taylor has inspired me so much, and I've been listening to her since I was young. And this was the inspiration I need to push to be a better singer-songwriter myself.
Wow.
And this podcast gave me a chance to geek over Taylor. Love you from the Bluegrass State.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a picture. I'm going to hold up my computer just so y'all can see it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, that's great. Well,
Good
when you write
for
something,
you.
send it to us.
Oh,
We want to hear it.
wow. How did she get that? That is
Said
so
her
cool.
family got it for her. Yeah, I don't know how they got it, but that's pretty nice.
That is
An
incredible.
Evermore Folklore signed guitar.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Man, I have tried to learn to play the guitar, and it is not easy. You have to like create little calluses on your fingers so you can play.
Well, I'm not trying to brag, but during the pandemic, I took a couple of guitar lessons, and I took a video of myself playing the guitar, and that's the last time I played it. I played a couple of notes. I can't even remember what it was, but it was a couple of recognizable notes, and nobody got it. Like, I thought, how could you not get this song? But no one got it because I didn't know what I was doing. And I also realized I am a mouth breather when I concentrate. So it was just not a good video all the way around. And
I have to see this video.
I like to quit things. I like to think that this is a really good idea and I'm going to give this a try. And I'm going to spend the pandemic learning stuff and bettering myself. And then I didn't. Then I quit the one hobby that I picked up. Never touched a guitar again.
I think I tried once when I was like maybe middle school, maybe high school. My dad had a guitar and I was like, oh, I'll learn how to play it. And you know how when you record the sound of your own voice, it's just like so cringy. I thought I would, be like the next Lady Gaga for some reason. And I like voice recorded the attempt of playing a guitar and singing at the same time, played it back once and never touched the guitar again. It was the most humbling experience I think I could have ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Not musically talented in any sense, though, but you can play a couple of instruments, right, Amy?
I mean, I've dabbled, but I wouldn't say that I can play.
Let's see, you can do the tuba.
No.
What else?
No, I've played the flute in middle school, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I picked it up now, I'd be able to play it.
Oh, I always thought that you knew how to play all the instruments.
No, I mean, I can pick them out like with sound usually.
Sonically?
Yeah.
Cool.
My family's in a band, and I was never invited to be a part of it. Everybody in my family is in a country Christian band.
Together?
And they sing with my dad. My dad is very musically talented. He builds guitars. He knows how to play it. He writes songs. And the whole family will go to churches and perform, and no one's ever asked me if I want to be a part of this band. So that's how musically talented I am.
Not even the triangle.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Okay.
No.
Would you like to audition right now?
Let's run. Ooh, run. I feel like I nailed that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but I mean, I wasn't prepared. I didn't do my vocal warm up yet.
That's true.
I'm just struggled saying that. Okay. That's why my parents don't want me.
Well, that does it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. If you would like to reach out, we would love to hear from you. All the ways to chat with us are in the description of this podcast. And be sure to subscribe to us, leave us a good review and a good rating. Join us next time. We're going to be breaking down The Very First Night.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.